Let us set the scene. Mom was in the house doing some last-minute Christmas wrapping while Dad is working vigorously getting firewood, and while their two little boys, Orson and Orrin, was playing peacefully on the patio, drawing with their chalk. Then poof, they disappeared. Not exactly. To start off with, their given names are Sincere and Classic, and that's not their birth mother wrapping presents, although it should have been. This is the brothers' story through the eyes of strangers. We have all heard the horrific stories about CPS taking children and refusing to give them back, no matter if the biological parents does everything that is required. Each state makes very good money for adopting children out. Sincere and Classic's story is all too familiar. The biological mother gets off from work, and when she picks her child up, she instinctively knew something was different about his cry. So she takes him to the emergency room to have him checked out, and before she knows what's happening, her child is in the custody of CPS and heading to a foster home. Make no mistake, some children do need to be removed for abuse and/or unsafe living conditions, but a lot of stories have been coming to the surface of children being, for the lack of a better term, kidnapped by social services. Of course, like any mother, when this happens, she started jumping through the endless CPS hoops of red tape, complying to all of their demands, including parenting classes, to get Sincere back. But Sincere's mom was pregnant, and when the stress became too much for her body, which forced her into premature labor, and Classic was born. He was born small and was put into the NIC unit like all preemies. CPS took custody of the new baby. Classic was also put into foster care with his brother. According to a family member of the Wests, the brothers entered Trezell and Jacqueline West home through emergency foster care. The boys were legally adopted last year when the parental rights of their birth mother were taken away by the state of California, and the birth fathers collectively gave up their parental rights. After adding the two brothers to their already family of 6, with 2 more adopted children and 2 biological children, they settled the toddlers in and changed the 3- and 4-year-old names to Orsin and Orrin. They moved their large family from the Casa Lima apartments in Bakersfield, California, to a 3-bedroom home in late September of 2020. In December, while on Christmas break, the Wests sent their 4 older children on vacation to visit with their grandma, but kept Orrin and Orson at home with them. And on the 21st of December, they reported them missing. This is what Trezell West has stated to the public of the events of December 21st.
It was cold. I was going to make a fire. There's a lot of wood in this area right here next to us. I open up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so it's a good idea that our youngest 2 go outside and play with the back patio. Do not let them go on the dirt in the backyard. And keep them close. So I was playing with chalk. I came to the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see them there. I immediately went back in, asked my wife, did you see the boys? She said, no, they should be outside playing with chalk. I said, no, I didn't. So I came back outside and I started searching my backyard. I searched the whole thing. I realized that I left the gate open and I panicked, came into the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street in both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold, and I got in the van and I hit a bunch of corners. I went straight. I turned my light on. I searched. I called their names. Talking to them on the street on the
Search warrants were obtained and evidence was gathered from the family's home, even digging up the backyard. The FBI has also become involved in the investigation. No charges have been filed, even though the search and rescue dogs have not picked any scent of the toddlers up outside of the home. California City Police and members of the community searched the area for the boys that Monday night and all day Tuesday. The following day, the boys' biological mother had arrived from Bakersfield to help search. I just had to be here because my babies are supposedly missing from this house, Ryan Dean stated. She's the biological mother of Orrin and Orsin, so I just need to be here right now. Search warrants were obtained and evidence was gathered from the family's home, even digging up the backyard. The FBI has also become involved in the investigation. No charges have been filed, even though the search and rescue dogs did not pick any scent of the toddlers outside of the house. For many that may be unaware of how a search and rescue dog searches for a missing person, there has to be a leading scent on the ground or air. Trezell and Jacqueline West have been cooperative according to police. Their 4 other children have been taken into protective custody by the authorities. The 21st of January, it will be 1 month since the boys disappeared. Even though we know little kids are fast, these 2 brothers had to be descendants of Houdini to pull this off. What if the adopted dad is saying is true? Just walk into the house and right back out, and they're gone. There is no jungle, nor thick mountain ranges outside the fence of their home, only open space. There has been so many extensive searches for the boys. Every type of device possible that can be used in a missing persons case has been utilized, not only by law enforcement, including the FBI, has been searching, but private investigators and citizens of the area has been searching as well. Hundreds of people have put boots on the ground, but cannot find these brothers. They're only 3 and 4 years old. If anyone has ever had a 3 or 4-year-old, you know they are not going to exit the gate and run like they are in a marathon. They are still at the cuddling age and will stop to see if there is an adult close by. That is, if they have been in a protective environment and stays in the house with people all the time, like the adopted father has stated. In most missing children cases, there is a lot of possible what-ifs, but this case, not so much. Many accusations we cannot confirm as being true, but have been stated, like there was no chalk drawings on the patio where the boys were last playing. As a matter of fact, it was stated none of the neighbors have ever seen the 2 boys since the family has moved in. We are all well aware of what the situation looks like, but we pray that this is not the case. But if they were abducted or harmed by anyone, hopefully the truth about what happened that December day will come out, and the family will know the fate of these 2 beautiful boys that has their whole life ahead of them. There is now, in combined efforts of different sources, of a $100,000 reward for information leading to the boys. That's a lot of money to have not jarred anyone's memory or conscience. Anyone with information, please contact the California City Police Department at 760-373-8606, the Bakersfield Police Department at 661-327-7111, or the FBI Field Office in Los Angeles at 310-477-6565. The administrators of the Missing Truth is praying for these babies and hoping someone will finally break down and tell the world where they are. May the searchers and law enforcement be guided by the divine energy to uncover the mystery of their whereabouts and is revealed. Peace be with the brokenhearted. They are missed and they are loved by many. For further updates on Orson and Orrin's case, subscribe to The Missing Truth to receive notifications. Like us and leave us a comment. Follow us here on our YouTube channel every Tuesday evening. Join our TikTok and Facebook page. Don't forget to follow us on our Instagram and join our private Facebook group. Do you have a family member or a friend that is missing and you feel they have not received enough exposure? If so, please contact us by email or message our Facebook page. Always remember, some sort of truth remains in a lie. Have a good night.